Hey y'all, Craig with the Bickhams right here on YouTube, y'all. Today we're going to be cooking a southern staple that we used to eat when we were growing up. We still eat it sometimes. I don't cook it as much, but I really wanted to cook it today. We got some country style ribs we're going to be baking in the oven, but we're going to be making some tomato gravy and biscuits with a little bit of a spin on some red lobster biscuits. Gonna have a little twist on it like my mom's biscuits, and kind of like the Popeyes biscuits, so the Sprite or 7-Up biscuits. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. So let's get to it because we got a lot of work to do, y'all. All right, so we got our country style ribs seasoned up with my my own rib rub mix that I make just from different seasonings, and a little bit of my mixed seasoning. So I'm going to put these in. I got the oven preheated to 400 degrees on the speed bake. It's only going to take about 25 minutes or so for these, and we don't want to overcook them, y'all, because they will get tough on you. We're going to just put the yams in, get them kind of cooking slow. These are super simple. You can use fresh sweet potatoes. Just use you some. This is a big can. Got a couple stuck in there. Big can of yams. These aren't the candied yams. These are just yams. I don't care too much for them like this. You gotta add some stuff to it, y'all. So we're gonna add in. Y'all know I'm short on room. I'm gonna add in some butter. I got a couple teaspoons of butter right there because I'm about out. I gotta put another stick out. We're gonna use some brown sugar and cinnamon. We're gonna keep it simple. Just take your brown sugar, and y'all, this brown sugar has the humidity has finally got to it, y'all. I'm gonna have to take a chisel to this brown sugar. So just get what you can out, y'all. It's like one of these scoops. So maybe if you want to put a close to a quarter cup, you can. A little dash of salt. A dash will do you, y'all. Little dash. Don't need much of that. That's all you need, except the cinnamon. We need our cinnamon. I know I had it. I know I had my cinnamon. So give it a good little dousing of cinnamon. If you want to throw in a little bit of nutmeg, you can. I'm just coating it real good with the cinnamon. I'm going to put a little dash of nutmeg since it came to mind. A little bit of nutmeg. A little sprinkle. And we're going to just get them on about a medium heat and let them come to a little simmer in there. If I have to add a little bit more butter to it, I will. But I think we're going to be all right. I'm going to use some red lobster cheddar biscuit mix. That's, hey Angel, that's going to serve as my, it's going to take 3 cups of this. I don't know how many cups is in these little packs, but we're about to see. Alright, so like I said, 3 cups of these. We're just going to treat it like our self-rising flour, but we're just using the cheddar mix. Let's see how many we got in a pack. Let's see. Oh, it ain't quite enough, y'all. So I'm gonna have to open another one, and then I'll have to put a towel on, because on this recipe we're only using 3 cups. So I'm just gonna cut that one off, and we're gonna come up to the 3 cup mark. I'm gonna go ahead and put this packet in there, y'all. Gotta have that little seasoning. That's one of the reasons I'm not using salted butter. So put your little packet. We're gonna take that fork, whatever I did with it. Take that fork, and we're just gonna blend that dry mix. I just want to get that little seasoning pack all up in there good. I'm gonna put one more thing, because I really, these should rise really good anyway, but we're gonna add just a little bit of baking powder. I'm just gonna get probably like a teaspoon. I'm gonna get a teaspoon. I'm gonna probably put a couple teaspoons. One of those is a teaspoon, the small one. A couple teaspoons of the baking powder is probably enough. Let's go one more. 3 teaspoons. And we're gonna call that good. So I really do want them to rise good. So that's just some baking powder that I'm using. And just get it stirred up. Get all of that dry. At least get it somewhat mixed. Doesn't have to be all the way. And now we're going to put that in our bowl. I'm just using the mixing bowl of the my mixer, even though I'm just going to mix it by hand with a spoon. We're just going to mix it by hand till we get ready, till we get the mixture like we like, where we get ready to roll it out. And they'll be ready to go. Alright, so 3 cups of that mix. We're going to do a whole stick of butter, y'all. We're going to do a whole stick of frozen butter. I stuck it in the, I stuck a regular stick of unsalted butter in the freezer. So that way it would get hard enough. I'm just going to grate it into the, y'all know how to cut your butter mix into your biscuits. Now this supper's good, y'all, but it's not one of those easy. It's not one of those easy peasy suppers. Don't you hate it when you can't get the butter paper off, y'all? Don't you just hate that? Whole stick too, y'all. So just try not to make a mess if you can. Because it's hard to. I'd rather do this on a little plate. Mom, can you give me a plate? I'd rather do it on a plate. Or just wait, never mind. I got it.
You sure?
Yeah. We're just gonna stick it down in here. Hopefully it won't get everywhere. So just grate it. Grate the whole thing. I'm gonna cut the butter in. I don't even know what brand cutter this is.
It's a Pampered Chef.
Pampered Chef. Pampered Chef cutter. So I'm just going to cut the butter into this mixture till we get it all, you know, kind of all that butter. Y'all know it starts to look crumbly when you do that. Now that we got that, these are some really easy biscuits, y'all, except I've got to roll them out. I'm going to use my fork to kind of make sure I got everything kind of broke up. You know, fairly good. Make sure we got all that butter. So as you can see, it just makes a little crumbly. It just gets a little crumbly, is all it does. If y'all can see that.
Yeah, they can see it.
All right, 3/4 of a cup Sprite or 7-Up or your favorite lemon lime drink. Sprite is what she got, so that's what we're gonna use. We're going to start with 3/4 of a cup and make sure that it mixes like it's supposed to. So pour in your Sprite. Now we're going to start mixing. I may have to mix with my hand till we get our thick, you know, with that little bit of stuff in it, it's going to be pretty thick. If I need a little more, I will drizzle a little more in it. I'm going to drizzle just a little bit more, because that flour, once I put it down on the counter, it's gonna get them thick again. So just roll it out, roll your dough out onto that flour. And don't leave none of that goodness. Definitely no man left behind. So I'm gonna get a little bit more flour on my hands, y'all. We're gonna start taking everything off my spoon that I don't need. And I'm just going to kind of turn it in the flour for now. And I'm going to knead it just a little bit. And I'm using the self-rising instead of the all-purpose because my whole plan is to get this to sprinkle me some more. Easy. Whoop. That's good. That's good. So play with your dough, y'all. Play with your dough. You don't gotta knead it a whole lot, but knead it enough that it gets to where it stays together. I might need a little bit more on the can. I'm trying to keep it away from my stove, y'all. And them little pieces, if y'all see them little pieces in there, y'all, that's that seasoning packet. I'll sprinkle me a little more in the counter. Look, ain't she a good helper, y'all? Oh, look, that's good. It kind of turns me on.
You better hush. Don't be telling them people.
She's gonna turn red behind the camera. Alright, so I'm good. I'm good with that. Last little bit. Now you know we've got to put some more. Can you give me a little? I'm just gonna get the thing. Hey, Stacy. Alright, so we're gonna put some more on here. We're gonna put some more. It takes a little bit of flour, y'all.
I'm going to taste this dough.
No. I'm tasting my dough. I put a hole in it right there. Golly. I didn't mean to do that, y'all. I didn't mean to do it. Let's make sure we're good. Now remember, just make them, you can keep them kind of, sort of, you know, these are probably a little thinner than I want them to be. It's okay. I need my cutter. I'm going to try to put a little flour on this without cutting myself. And so on and so forth. And we're just going to cut as many as we can the first go round. This is a little cheap cutter too, though.
From Dollar General.
Dollar General cutter. So use what you got. So I'm gonna put a half a stick. Ooh. Half a stick of butter. Oh, it got me. Half a stick of butter. Let that melt in that pan real quick. Let's just lay them in there. Remember, when you cut your biscuits out, don't twist your cutter. It will close your sides up. I know most of y'all probably know that. And they won't rise. We're going to do a whole nother pan now. Ha! Be 2 pans. Going to be 2 pans of biscuits. We make him squeeze up in there. Alright, so we got 1 pan. Oh, that thing is hot, y'all. That's still hot. Let's see if I can get 8, maybe. I don't think it's gonna be 8. 1, 2. Oh, I'm rolling out just a little bit. Trying to get as many as I could. Many as I could, bro. And so we got 7. We still got a little bit of dough left. Should be wanting that. So I don't know, but we got 7. So let's let that dough. Never tasted tomato gravy. Y'all just watch. Just watch. Now look. Now this is not. A lot of people think of tomato gravy and they think of a red gravy. This is not a red gravy. This is a brown gravy. You're more than welcome to use a gravy mix. You know, like just a powdered gravy mix if that's what you use. More than welcome to do that. Come on, butter. Melt away, melt away, melt away. This up. I'm gonna turn I'm gonna check the pork ribs, so I can turn this down. I'm gonna put it on regular bake. Ow. So let me see, y'all. Hang on. Cause I don't want them cooking on speed bake. Ow. Alright, so there's the ribs. Let me put it on regular bake. You can put them on 400, 425. Shouldn't take but about 15 minutes. So let it heat up. Ain't gonna take long. Now when I check my ribs, y'all, I just kind of go by feel. Alright, so the country style ribs are ready. I'm gonna cover them. Give me some more. And I'm gonna set them. I'm gonna set these over here on the side on some let's call them some pot holders. Telling y'all I need twice as big a kitchen, y'all. That's what I need. So I'm gonna cover these just lightly with some aluminum foil. And then we gotta clean up. And we gotta do it, just get on, make like a little tin on it. It's all good. 1 packet of lifting soup mix is gonna go in with the flour. We're gonna have just some flour, cooking oil, get that hot. We're gonna use another wooden spoon to do my gravy, I guess. It don't really matter. Right? Use whatever kind of oil you want. You can use olive oil. Ooh, olive oil. I can't help it. My nose itches. I can't help it. I'm looking.
Here, you need a new towel.
Give me another one.
Here.
Thank you. I'm gonna do it on my sleeve. Usually, if you're doing, I don't measure this. If you're trying to make a big roux, it's gonna be, you can use like a cup of flour and a cup of oil. I don't do that. I just kind of eyeball it. We're gonna be using about, look, I do have a half a cup out, so we'll go a half a cup. We'll go a half a cup oil and then some flour, and that'll be plenty enough. So I ain't got my glasses on. So we're gonna put a half a cup of oil. Oh, you know what we'll need? You can use chicken stock if you want to make it a richer flavor, which I could do. If you want to do that, I can make some chicken broth with it. We'll do that. We'll make some chicken broth with my beef bouillon. I mean my chicken bouillon cubes.
Here, I didn't know how much you wanted. I got a book.
That's good. So I'm gonna use about. We're gonna use about 5 or 6. We'll use 6 chicken bouillon cubes. Put it in your glass. Don't do it in the plastic, y'all. Oh, y'all, I'm going blind. Can't see nothing, y'all. These little wrapper things. All right, so now we've got a half a cup of oil and almost a half a cup of all-purpose flour in the pan. I don't know why. You can use a wooden spoon if you want to. I kind of just assume use my metal spoon. Put it on like a medium heat. And just keep stirring it until you get that dark, rich color like you want. You can add onions, you can add mushrooms. I'm going to be using this one thing of Lipton soup mix. That's going to help give me a little bit of flavor since I don't have any. The gravy is always better when you make it after you have fried something. This is cookware. I can't even see that, y'all. Pioneer Woman. That's Pioneer Woman. You know, redrum. I've had this for a long time. A long, long time. Alright, I'm gonna put this in. Let it start soaking itself up too. So now we're gonna get the little onion pieces in here. I do like, I will put a little bit more black pepper. Remember, keep stirring it so it don't burn. And you're gonna get a really nice color, a really nice brown color. What can you see there? I need to come down low, like real close in a minute.
Hold on, let me see.
I just made chicken broth. I got the heat turned down to low, y'all, but it got hot while we were making it. This pot's got a copper bottom, a heavy copper bottom on it, and it gets really, really hot, kind of like the cast iron does. Check on my biscuits, y'all. Now, if you want to melt some more butter, you can melt some more butter to put on the top of the biscuits, which I might do. Mom, why don't you get me another a little bit more. We're going to bring the heat back up. We're going to let this simmer. Now, you may not use it all.
what you need?
Another little measuring cup. I think we got enough flour. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in it more. Yeah, we just don't keep our bacon grease, y'all. But yeah, absolutely.
What about this?
That's good. Where's the little one? That one.
Oh,
I'm gonna put the tomatoes in.
I'll watch it.
Now, if I have to thicken this up, y'all, I'll make a slurry with some more flour. As you can see, them onions really browned up. Them little bitty onions. Them little bitty onions. I'm gonna add in my parsley. This is just dried parsley. A little bit of my seasoning. I don't want to do too much because this does have salt in it, so just a good little palmful. I'll taste it after it kind of can you put me some butter in?
How much?
Just cut me off about. You have a knife? Yeah, get a knife. I'm gonna let her cut me a little bit of butter. I'm just gonna bring this back up to boil.
2 tablespoons?
No more. That's good. I'm gonna let her melt me some butter in the microwave. Take about 40 seconds or so. Oh Lord, y'all, this is so good over biscuits. We're gonna bring that to a little boil, and we're gonna let it thicken up. Because I'm gonna stick them back in. That one's all together. They ain't quite brown enough yet. And we're just to pour this butter across the top of them. We're gonna put them back in for the last little bit. If you got a brush, take a brush. Where is my little?
I have no idea.
It's in there. It's yellow. It's that silicone. Now, if I would have left them thicker, they would have rose more, but we didn't. So we're just gonna get a little bit of butter on them like so. Are you watching now?
Yeah.
And back in the oven we go until they finish. And I should be able to, as hot as the oven is, y'all, we can probably just shut it off. Let me see. Yeah. About 5 minutes. I need a little bit of water in my jar. Just a little bit. I just need a little bit of hot water in the yams so that so I can make that. I should have left a little bit in there from the can. So I can get that syrup. Because it just makes a simple syrup in here, y'all. So the yams just have butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon, and a little nutmeg. Oh. Every time on my glasses. And there's the biscuits. The biscuits are not going to look like a normal white color because of the Cheddar Bay mix. So they have a
goldy yellow.
They have a little goldy color to them. Well, they are still good. So we're gonna let them. You can put some whatever you want on them. Some honey, some butter. We're gonna be putting gravy on them tonight. So we got a rib. We got a rib, y'all. We got a country style rib. So y'all see that? Ooh, and they flaky too.
Oh, I like flaky biscuits.
Well, they got that butter. All that butter was all down in the bottom. Remember all the butter we melted?
Yeah.
The melted butter. So it don't matter. I'm just getting one and a few of them pieces. And I'm gonna let that just sit there. We're gonna get a little scoop of yams. Turn them off now. Now just imagine, kind of like a sweet potato casserole without the marshmallows. Now if you had some like marshmallow stuff you want to pour on it, By all means, do that. This is going, after you cut this off, this is going to thicken up. You can let it simmer for a little more, but I think it's going to be good. And we're going to take that gravy, them tomatoes, and we're going to put right on top of them biscuits. And there you go. So we got the big country style rib,
That looks good.
biscuit with the tomato gravy on top, and the yams with the cinnamon, nutmeg, and the brown sugar. If you want to throw in another vegetable because you want some more pretty colors, y'all should smell that. Y'all need to smell that. Everybody got smell-o-vision? And we're going to give it a little try. Let me go back out there. It is hot, but we're going to give it a bite anyway. I know that the rib's good. I want to taste that biscuit with some of that tomato gravy on it. Get you a little piece of them yams on the side there. God blow it, y'all. Get you some of that, y'all. Get you some of that. Those biscuits are super, super, they're fluffy, but they're flaky. Wow. Holy moly. Now I need my knife to cut my, we'll cut that rib too. I might have to put me some more gravy on. How I like my ribs.
Those are really flaky.
Yep. I do not like my ribs all the way done. I like a little bit of color on them. I don't worry about that little bit, y'all, because I don't like my pork ribs. I don't like my pork ribs dry. I just don't. Y'all need to just drive on down here and get you a plate. Gonna be a good supper tonight, y'all. If you got some value out of my videos, y'all, make sure you give us a like, give us a share, and don't forget to subscribe to our With the Bickham channel right here on YouTube. Till next time, y'all, I'm Craig. Bye, y'all.